has, and I'm going to tell you why they're so spectacular. Greer Hunt is a champion in the 132-pound division. So who's Greer? Oh, okay, 132 pounds, 132-pound division champion. And Cameron is a champion in the 126-pound division. And so we want to give you certificates from our mayor, and they state presented to Greer and to Cameron by the Office of the Mayor City Enterprise for winning the boys state wrestling championship in the 132-pound division and the 126-pound division. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of this city to be affixed. This is dated today, the 19th day of March, 2024, and it is signed by our Honorable Mayor William E. Cooper, Sr. Congratulations, Greer, and congratulations, Cameron. So before you all go, the mayor wants to be sure that you all have a little backstory about Greer and Cameron. Both reached the finals last year, but had to settle for runner-up after losing their respective matches. They used those losses as motivation and came back stronger this year. Cameron dominated the Class 7A 126-pound weight class with a 13-1 win, quite impressive. Minutes later, Hunt had a 9-3 win in the 132-pound weight class. These two young men became Enterprise's first individual state wrestling champions since 1966. That's huge. Absolutely. They are the first title winners since the school revived the sport for the 2018-2019 season after discontinuing it in the early 70s. Let's give them a round of applause again. Now, I want to call up the rest of your team. So team, come join the rest of us up here. And as they're coming, certainly want to applaud them as well. So I'm going to recognize a couple of them. And gentlemen, when you hear your name, just kind of step out up front so everybody can identify you and see your face and identify your face with your name. In addition to the 2 state titles, Enterprise had 3 other top 5 state finishes. Lemuel Miko Linen. Step out so we can see you. Okay. He finished 4th. He finished 4th in the 150-pound weight class. Then we have Cody Sigmund. Cody finished 4th in the 165-pound weight class. Then there's Carter Stifler. He placed 5th in the 106-pound weight class. Other EHS wrestlers who competed at the state meet. We have Connor Galvez. He placed in the 138-pound weight class. Then we have Xavier Henderson in the 190-pound weight class, and Jace Himes in the 215-pound weight class. Overall, Enterprise placed 7th in the Class 7A team standings. Congratulations to the Enterprise High School Boys Wrestling Team. And we want to give them a special thank you for being here tonight. They came here first before heading to their banquet. So that's why they look so extremely dapper tonight. They're going to shine brightly at their banquet tonight. So thank you for adding this to your night of celebration, and congratulations. Thank you.
Parents, you're welcome to come up and take a photo. Let's even it out a little bit more. I need a couple more back over here.
Connor, I can't see your face.
Yep. Okay.
Sam, I can't see yours.
There
you go, right there. All right. Ty, over just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. You guys are rock stars. Woo! Yes.
Casey's dad. Hey, guys, one more time. Hey, gentlemen, one more time. One more shot. Right here, Jason's dad.
All right, congratulations to everybody. Much deserved recognition. So we're going to stay with Councilwoman Rich, who is going to recognize the Southeast District Skills USA champions.
So certainly before they leave, Coach Wyndham, we say a thank you and congratulations to you. We know that they wouldn't have been champions without your support and your leadership. Thank you so much. Okay, so now as they exit, we're going to keep going. And I want to now call up the Skills USA winners and their teachers. Okay, so will the Skills USA winners and their teachers please come forth? Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. In partnership with Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, Alabama Skills USA is working to fill the goal of placing 500,000 new, highly skilled Alabamians in the workforce by 2025. Tonight, we are proud to present certificates to our local students who recently placed in the Alabama Skills USA Southeast District 4 competition. Now, not only do they possess a unique skill set, some of them have some very sophisticated names, and I dare not butcher them up tonight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read our certificate, and then I'm just going to walk down, you state your name, and then I'm going to tell them what exactly you did fascinating, okay? So these are certificate of achievements that we're going to give to them, and they are presented to them by the Office of the Mayor, City Enterprise, for winning in their various divisions and job skill demonstration in the Skill USA Championship. And in witness hereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city to be affixed. This is signed on today, March 19, 2024, by our Honorable Mayor, William E. Cooper, Sr. So, come on, Ms. Tan. State your name.
Alexis.
Let me say it again.
Alexis Cooper.
Alexis, play silver in the prepared speech. So give it up for Alexis.
Mary Lou Tovar.
Mary Lou, place gold in action skills. Great job, Mary Lou.
Landon Haggiseth.
Landon. He placed for state officer candidate. Congratulations, Landon.
Hayden Varveen. Hayden Varveen.
Hayden, silver in welding. Great job.
Fernando Malaquatsi.
Fernando, gold in welding. Congratulations. And tell us who you are.
I'm Mr. Richter, the welding instructor.
Give it up for the instructor. All right.
I'm Angela Brockman, the career coach, here on behalf of Mr. Steve Eisenachel.
Same thing for our career coach. So all of these students now move on to the state competition in April. We say congratulations, and we're wishing you the best of luck. Thanks for coming tonight. leaving the stage, certainly we must acknowledge our parents and any guardians, any support, anybody that's here on behalf of these students that have been here today that support them. Please take an opportunity to stand up so that we can applaud you. We certainly do appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Rich, for standing in for the mayor for those presentations. And congratulations to all the everybody who was recognized. So we'll move on to the presentation of our Extra Mile Awards. So I'll now recognize Waterfield Superintendent Alan Mahan, who will present Extra Mile Awards to Daryl Smith, Zachary Boutwell, and Morris Childs of the Water Department. Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll get it right in a minute. You know, we have some great city employees throughout the city. And anytime you have a citizen to write in or call in and appreciate those hardworking employees, we like to recognize them with an Extra Mile Award. Mayor Cooper loves doing this. He loves recognizing these hardworking employees, as they all of them are hardworking. But he likes to present these awards, and he couldn't be here tonight. I'd like to call up Daryl Smith, Morris Childs, and Zach, please. Okay. I want to read something. This person contacted the office, and the office wrote me the email of what they said. Mr. Morris from 8 Reindeer Trace came in today about his leak this past Sunday. He said that he really appreciated how quickly someone came out and made the repairs. Additionally, he said that he was impressed how they left his yard after all the digging they had to do. This was done on a Sunday afternoon. You know, we like to spend time with our families and friends and do all the things we like to do on Sundays and Saturdays. And they came out, and someone had a broke line at the meter, and Daryl got up a crew, and they came out and fixed that line. And so, again, I appreciate what they do every day and what they did on this weekend. So on behalf of the mayor, I want to present y'all an Extra Mile Award. This Extra Mile Award is presented to Zachary Boutwell by the Office of the Mayor, City of Enterprise, for going above and beyond while performing job duties. This 19th day of March, 2024. This Extra Mile Award is presented to Daryl Smith. Thank you, Daryl. And this is Morris' second award, so he gets a shirt. There you go, Morris. Again, thank y'all for what you do. We really appreciate it. Thank y'all.
We'll look at this first, we get all the flags behind you. I'm the bossy one, this is why. If you'll show your award, there you go. All ready?
Thank y'all.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mahan. Congratulations, guys, on a job well done. All right, move on to requests to address the council regarding a permit request. Is Mr. Tony Bradley here this evening? Tony with Church with the Youth.
And, Pastor Tony wasn't able to be here but I'm Adam McCollister. I'm the creative director for Church with the Youth in his place.
All right, great, Adam. So we've got your permit request. Anything you want us to know about the event?
Most of you are probably aware of it at some point because we like to say this is almost 10 years. This is our 10-year anniversary as a planted church here in Enterprise, and except for the COVID year, we've been going strong every year, and we expect and get about 3,000 to 4,000 attendees every single year, and we're dropping 30,000 eggs over Bates Memorial Stadium from a helicopter, and it's an incredible event for the entire community, and we're just thrilled for it, for your support that you've given us every single year.
All right, well, thank you. So that's on Saturday, March 30th at 7 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. So when's the actual egg drop, if you wanted to let the public know?
Yeah, well, so the actual drops, the helicopter drops are at 9:30 and 10:30. Our crews will show up at 7 a.m. and we'll be out of there by 12:30.
All right. Billy, where's Billy? Billy, you good with everything?
Yes, we're good and we're aware of everything. And again, this is something that we coordinate with not only with us, but also the police and fire departments involved as well.
All right. Any questions from the council? I will entertain a motion to approve the permit request as submitted.
I move to approve the permit request as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the permit request. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We now have, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We now have a request to address the council for a permit request from Christina James, Enterprise YMCA 5K and 1 mile run. So I'll recognize Christina James, representing the Enterprise YMCA, who has requested to address the council to obtain a permit to hold the Enterprise YMCA Family Fun Day 5K and 1 mile fun run on Saturday, April 27th, 2024, from 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. Anything you want the public to know, or?
No, just we appreciate the Enterprise Police Department. They've always been able to escort this. It's not really a road closure, just needing to escort so that our members can get across Highway 27 into the neighborhood and then back across as well. Just thank you for their continued support each year for this.
All right. Well, thank you. Chief Moore, you good?
Yes, sir. Same thing we do just about every year.
All right. Any questions from the council? All right. I'll entertain a motion to approve the permit request as submitted.
I move to approve the permit request as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the permit request as submitted. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. We now have a request to address the council for a permit request from Amanda Skinner with Eclipse at the Little Red Schoolhouse event. So I will recognize Amanda Skinner, representing the Pea River Historical and Genealogical Society, who has requested to address the council to obtain a permit to hold the Eclipse at the Little Red Schoolhouse event on Monday, April 8, 2024, from 12 p.m. until 2:30 p.m., with a requested street closure of Railroad Street from West Grubbs to West Harrison from 11:30 a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. Anything you want the public to know or us to know about your event?
Just that we wanted to have a place that families could come out and not have to worry about traffic, spread out blankets, lawn chairs, enjoy the eclipse. It's going to be about 70 to 80% totality. We will also have a former school teacher doing story time for the younger kids that won't be in school, and we will have the solar glasses available for free for everybody that shows up.
All right, great. Chief Moore, anything? All right. Any questions from the council? All right, I will entertain a motion to approve the permit request as submitted.
I move to approve the permit request as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the permit request as submitted. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you all. All right, we now have a request to address the council regarding a permit request from Travis Parker for the Wiregrass Honor Flight event. So I recognize Travis Parker, representing the Wiregrass Honor Flight, who has requested to address the council to obtain a permit to hold the Sweat for Vets Ruck March, Family Day, and Parade for veterans on Monday, November 11th, 2024, from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. The event is a chance for the community to raise funds, learn about the honor flight, and honor our veterans with a parade. The march will be, as in 2023, around the Bowleville Circle.
Great.
Anything y'all need us to know?
Pretty much it. You said most of it. We're going to probably tweak it a little bit this year. Last year was a great fundraiser. We're going to probably join with Honda, Boswell Honda. They wanted to join with their flag retirement ceremony, and this event will put the two together on the Saturday the 9th instead of Veterans Day, and we'll stagger the start times, just tweaking it a little bit from last year. and we're working the routes with the police department. As far as the 5K, the 11.11 miles will be around the circle as before.
So I said Monday, November 11th.
Yeah,
Are
so
y'all
we're gonna-
changing
we're
that
gonna
to,
Probably change that to Saturday, the 9th.
Saturday, November 9th?
Yeah.
All right, council, note that change. All right, Chief Moore, you good with all that? You good with the change? Okay. Any questions of the council? I'll entertain a motion to approve the permit request as amended to November 9th instead of November 11th.
I move to approve the permit request as submitted, amended to November 9th on Saturday.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion, a second, to approve the permit request as amended to November 9th. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. All right. We are now to the point of the meeting called privilege of the floor. This allows persons that are in attendance this evening to address the council for 3 minutes on anything they wish. Is there anyone here that wishes to address the council? Mr. Bench?
Good evening, council members.
Mr. Bench, can you, you're too tall for the microphone, I think. Yeah.
Road. Oh, now
That's
it
better.
works. Anyway, the Iroquois has had a partial washout, turning it into a one-way road. It's been that way for over 6 months now. I guess I'm trying to figure out what the timeline is to get this repaired. I've spoken with some of the folks from the cities, and you know, they're waiting for a special machine, but how long are we going to wait? The second issue I have is on Apache Drive. The city came by and apparently either repaired a water main or repaired a sewer pipe 3 or 4 months ago. They filled the hole in with gravel and constantly having to go back and fill it up again due to the traffic and due to the rains. When are we going to put some asphalt in that hole? And the last issue is in the open field area by the apartments across the street from Dixie Drive, where those apartments were torn down. Somebody's taken the time to start mowing that property, which is really nice. Because on weekends you drive by there, you'll see about 50 or 60 kids out there playing and having a good time. Somebody also took the time to go by there and trim the bushes down, and they piled the branches up neatly next to the edge of the road. Those bushes have now been laying there about 2 months. I understand it's not the city's policy. Perhaps it's a contractor who was supposed to take them off or whatever. Again, we either need code enforcement to find a contractor and have them remove it, or the city, how long are we just going to leave it lay there? I mean, it's getting to the point where it's going to be an attractant for critters. I'm more worried about snakes, and these are young kids out here playing soccer. So, and that's what I have tonight.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bench.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else wish to address the council? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your time. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Dan Jernigan. I'm a lifelong resident here of Enterprise, and I'm raising my family here to have 2 children. One's at Dolphin, one's at Holly Hill Elementary. And I graduated from Auburn University with a forestry degree, and have been practicing forestry in the Coffee County and surrounding counties since I graduated. I want to talk to y'all tonight, just throw some things out there about the OSB mill that I think is a huge advantage to our area. Not to include, I'm going to get into forestry, but first I want to say trucking, fuel, gas stations. We just had a few recognized welders in here from the high school, restaurants, employment, hydraulics, diesel mechanics. Getting into the forestry side of it, which I'm more specialized in, that your local landowners are going to benefit not only financially from having to ship it closer versus hauling to Cedar Springs, Georgia, Bruton, Cantonment, Florida, be more of a local meal, help them financially, also help with their timing of their thinnings, because these landowners that are not farming, that have their timber, they treat it as a farm. And they're trying to take their land and whether it pay for itself or create income just like a farmer would. Not everybody is using it just for recreation. With that being said, it would be a huge benefit to those guys, which we deal directly with, and we see it. I've spoken with a lot of them that we handle or that we don't, and they are very excited to hear that something like that could even come here. It's going to help tremendously from a timing aspect. Currently, with Panama City's mill closing, it was a paper mill, not an OSB mill, but it still buys pine pulp products. It has trickled so far north that timing of first thinnings and slowing the growth and forest health for those stands have been hurt. So it would be a huge benefit there as well. As far as the mill itself, and I've been around some OSB mills and hauled to some in other counties and states, and I'm not a mill expert, but I do know that you don't have the smell and the noise that you do from a paper mill that's typically on a river. As far as that, I believe that covers what I wanted to throw out there. Is please take in consideration as y'all go forward of the benefits, not only financially to the area, but the timing of these crops that these guys have spent a lot of money to plant and a lot of time to get them to where they need to be thinned.
Thank you, Mr. Jernigan. Anyone else here wish to take the privilege of the floor? All right, seeing no one, we'll move on with our staff reports. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
Linda Wiley. I'm an active member of the senior center here. Over 4 months ago, actually over 5 months ago, we had a very serious accident coming out with all the construction here and everything. One of the ladies here pulled out thinking that everything was clear. Somebody went speeding by, hit her so hard it knocked the wheel off of the back of her car. She is still out. She has been in therapy for over 4 months now. And now they're talking about, and I understand with all the construction and everything that a lot of this was, it's progress, it happens. But now there's talk about putting this mill, sawdust mill or whatever, lumber mill or whatever it is, over here, opposite of the senior center. My concern is if the city doesn't do something to move to put a light in to try to control the traffic there, we're going to see a lot of our seniors either seriously hurt or killed trying to come into or out of the senior center, which is located to the back of the building here. I think that something could be done. I don't know, the city, the state, whoever, that we have to petition to get this done. There is not another traffic light until you get down, gosh, I don't know, way down past where the, that store, way on down. It's probably 4 or 5 miles further on down 167 before there's a traffic light. And then there's not another one from that one until you get to the circle. So I don't know what the plans are to put something up, but I would sure like for somebody to look into it.
Thank you, Ms. Wiley. Anyone else wish to take privilege of the floor? All right, we'll move on to staff reports. We have any staff reports? Yes, sir. Chief Moore.
quick shameless plug. This Friday, we have the law enforcement torch run for the Special Olympics. 8 o'clock, we line up at the monument, and we'll be moving with a large group of law enforcement throughout the Wiregrass area to support the Special Olympics at the high school. Then we'll remain there and assist in all the functions that are going on at the high school for the track and field. So look forward to it. Hope to see everybody out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Any other staff reports? Leanne?
Hi. I just wanted to give you guys a really quick update on the business licenses for 2024. Our ladies in the month of February issued 1,828 business licenses. That's 3 people, and I think we were open 20 days during the month of February. That's a lot of business owners getting business licenses last month. So they did a really great job. It worked very, very hard to get those through. I also wanted to say that is 500 more business licenses issued in a single month than we've ever issued previously.
Wow.
In another single month. So that was really amazing. And 92 of those were also brand new business owners to the city. So they've been working really hard. They will be sending out third and final notices on everybody who has not renewed as of this week. Those will be going out in the mail shortly. But just wanted to, again, say how hard the Revenue Office has been working, and that they're doing a really great job helping our business owners get going for the year, and we just really appreciate their hard work.
All right. Thank you, Leanne. Any other staff reports? All right, we'll move on to old business. We'll now have a public hearing and consideration of Ordinance 02-2024, which is the Enterprise Zoning Ordinance. I now call for a public hearing prior to consideration of Ordinance 02-2024, providing for the Enterprise Zoning Ordinance to include the Enterprise Zoning Map as recommended by the Enterprise Planning Commission under the authority of Title 11, Chapter 52 of the Code of Alabama, 1975 compilation as amended. So this public hearing is now open. Is there anyone that wishes to speak for or against the Enterprise Zoning Ordinance? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing and call for consideration of Ordinance 02-2024. Do I hear a motion?
I move to adopt Ordinance 02-2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now have a public hearing and consideration of Ordinance 02-2024A, which is the Bray rezone. I call for a public hearing prior to consideration of Ordinance 02-2024A, providing for the rezone of 33.23 acres of land owned by Richard Bray from R75S Residential District and B1 Business District to R65 Residential District located at 408 Chambers Street. This public hearing is now open. Is there anyone that wishes to speak for or against the Bray rezone? Seeing no one, I will now close the hearing and call for consideration of Ordinance 02-2024A. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we adopt Ordinance 02-2024A.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt Ordinance 02-2024A. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now have a public hearing and consideration of Ordinance 02-2024B, the 2F4B LLC rezone. I will now call for a public hearing prior to consideration of Ordinance 02-2024B, providing for the rezone of 1.41 acres of land owned by 2F4B LLC from R65 Residential District to B3 Business District located at 2900 Porter Lunsford Road. This public hearing is now open. Is there anyone that wishes to speak for or against the 2F4B LLC rezone? Seeing no one, I'll now close the public hearing and call for consideration of Ordinance 02-2024B.
I move to adopt
the ordinance 022024B.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 022024B. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now move on to new business. We will introduce Planning Commission recommendations. I introduce for the record a recommendation from the Enterprise Planning Commission to approve the following request for the rezone of property. A request by Flowers and White Engineering on behalf of Delta Land Investments, LLC, for the rezoning of 7.224 acres of land from R85 Residential District to R65 Residential District located on Salem Road. We'll now introduce ordinance 031924, Delta Land Investments, LLC rezone. I introduce ordinance 031924, providing for the rezone of 7.224 acres of land owned by Delta Land Investments, LLC, from R85 Residential District to R65 Residential District located on Salem Road. I call for a public hearing to be held at the regular meeting scheduled for April 16th, 2024. No action will be held on that tonight. We'll now call for a public hearing and consideration for Resolution 031924 regarding 2nd Street of Huntsville, LLC. I call for a public hearing as advertised prior to consideration of Resolution 031924, providing for a First Amendment to the Development Reimbursement Agreement between the City of Enterprise and 2nd Street of Huntsville, LLC. This amendment to the original agreement between the city and 2nd Street corrects an inadvertent error in the original agreement regarding a calculation of incentive. This public hearing is now open. Is there anyone that wishes to speak for or against Resolution 031924 regarding 2nd Street of Huntsville, LLC? Seeing no one, I will now close the hearing and call for consideration of Resolution 031924.
I move to adopt Resolution 031924.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt Resolution 031924. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We will now consider authorizing the mayor to execute lighting services agreements with Alabama Power Company. I call for a motion to authorize the mayor to execute lighting services agreements with Alabama Power Company to replace high-intensity discharge fixtures with light-emitting diode fixtures at the following locations: 101 East Grub Street, 0 Pistol Drive, 409 Mill Avenue, 511 North Main Street, and 101 North Wheaton Street. Do I hear a motion?
Move to authorize the mayor to execute Alabama Power Lighting Services agreements as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to execute the Alabama Power Lighting Services agreements as submitted. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now consider authorizing the police chief to execute memorandum of understanding with the U.S. AG at Fort Novosel. So I call for a motion to authorize the police chief to execute a memorandum of understanding between the U.S. Army Garrison Fort Novosel and the Enterprise Police Department. The MOU outlines the procedures for assistance and support between the Fort Novosel Directorate of Public Safety and Enterprise Police Department during situations including but not limited to contingency operations caused by adverse weather, chemical, biological, radioactive, or high explosive incidents, illegal activity, or terrorist attacks against the installation or the Enterprise Police Department's area of responsibility. Do I hear a motion?
Move to authorize the police chief to execute the memorandum of understanding as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to authorize police chief to execute the memorandum of understanding as submitted. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now consider authorizing the police chief to execute an additional memorandum of understanding with the USAG at Fort Novosel. I call for a motion to authorize the police chief to execute a memorandum of understanding between the U.S. Army Garrison Fort Novosel and the Enterprise Police Department related to the establishment of procedures concerning the exchange of information, case investigations, cases involving civilian alleged offenders, jurisdiction, and coordination of efforts and assets between the Fort Novosel Directorate of Public Safety and the Enterprise Police Department in domestic violence and/or sexual assault cases involving active duty service members and their family members. Do I hear a motion?
Move to authorize the police chief to execute the memorandum of understanding as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to authorize the police chief to execute the memorandum of understanding as submitted. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll now consider a request to enter into a contract with Phillips Parking Lot Maintenance Incorporated regarding the Civic Center. Introduce and call for consideration of a request from Billy Powell, Director of Community Services and Recreation, to contract with Phillips Parking Lot Maintenance Incorporated for improvements to the Civic Center parking lot at a cost of $49,750. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the request to enter into a contract with Phillips Parking Lot Maintenance Incorporated as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the request to enter into a contract with Phillips Parking Lot Maintenance Incorporated as submitted. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We do not have a mayor's report this evening, so we'll move straight to council member comments. Ms. Rich?
Thank everyone for coming out tonight. Thank you, Mr. Bench, as usual, for bringing some concerns for us to address in your area. And thank you, Mr. Jernigan, for coming and making some remarks, and Ms. Wiley as well. Thank you.
Mr. Goolsby?
Most of you know this past Saturday was sponsored by the Oscar Club, a day of service, and approximately 500 volunteers did a project either on Saturday or within the days before or after. I would like to thank the city of employees of Enterprise and their employees for what they did. Victoria Brown, Thomas Hardy, and Ellen Mahan actually worked on a project in an elderly lady's yard where it had overgrown, and of course they had some other help, but such projects as that was a benefit to our city. Billy Powell, Tammy Dewar, Emily Glascott, just thank all of the city employees for making it possible.
Mr. Padgett?
Although they've gone, congratulations to the students that won the wrestling and the ones that were recognized with the Skills USA. Also, thank you to the city employees for going the extra mile, and you all have a good night.
Mr. Jones?
Yes, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for all our citizens that are online that are watching. And again, we do have the best workers, I say, in the state, United States too, with Daryl Zachary and Morris getting that extra mile award. And we have a lot of them that do that. And I was telling the coach that hopefully, and I believe it will happen, next year we'll see more than just two young men up here. There'll be a whole string of champions for that. And the Enterprise High School Skills USA champion, again, thank you to those young kids that are going to be our future workers around here, helping us out, our future leaders. And Steve Eisenagel does a great job out there in that program. And we will certainly, Mr. Bench, look into those items. And also with Mr. Jernigan, I saw he'd already left. And Ms. Wiley will take care of it. I'll talk to you some more. Thank you.
So ditto what everybody said. Certainly, congratulations to everyone who was recognized tonight. Mr. Bench, as always, and Mr. Jernigan, Ms. Wiley, thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to come make sure we are informed on things that we need to be informed on. So, Chief, good luck with your torch run this Friday. Hope everybody can show out and support that. We will stand adjourned until I believe it's April 2nd. Will be our next meeting at 5 p.m. right here in this room. See you then.